Hi everyone and welcome back to Monday, my favourite day of the week, and it is, what better way to kick start it with the camper van, build the Volkswagen T1, the famous Volkswagen van in the Samba version. I do just want to say a massive thank you to Jay's channel, who many years ago gave me the inspiration to build this wonderful model. After seeing his videos on it, it really grabbed my attention and I was like, right, that's it, I want this. But this is issue number 10. Once again, apologies for the delays with filming this. I did mislay this magazine, and without the magazine, I don't know how to construct it and stuff like that. So I've had all my files out and I've now found it, so brilliant. So this is issue number 10. We're going to skip right the way back to this part here. As you can see, we'll be doing the right front door here today, which is the spring mechanism as well. We've got some masking tape should we need it. As you can see, we'll be putting some springs and all sorts of wonderful bits in this lovely camper van, and then that's what it's going to look like on this section here. So let's take a look at the parts. So these are the parts that we've got. This is the section that we're going to be working on. Be careful of springs. Springs are my worst nightmare because they ping off everywhere. So let's get this out and let's get this door sorting out, shall we? So just going to grab my Stanley knife. Keep saying Stanley knife, it's a craft knife. So get all this out, which is lovely. It's lovely to get filming back on this again, because I haven't worked on it for several weeks. So yeah, it's lovely to finally be getting on with this. And the next shipment should be sometime in September. So hopefully anytime soon. But that's our door. Very lovely detail of paint there, which is really, really good. And I'll put that over to one side. We've got a pack of BD03 screws. We've also got all these various little bits as well, which I'll take out. Be careful of this little pin. There's a very small pin there, so be careful of that. And I'm just going to whiz through the parts that we've got here. So we've got 10.5, which is this little section here. That's going to be your bracket, as you can see. Then we've got 10.6, which is the lock rod, so that's going to be basically what opens the door the door handle. Sorry. We then got 10.7, which is your lock spring, so that will create the suspension for the door handle. Then we've got 10.2, which is your hinge, as you can see, and then obviously 10.1 is the door, which is this section here, and then we've got 10.8, which is the lock rod guide. We've then got a pin, which is 10.4, and that's just randomly a pin. And obviously the door handle here being 10.3, which is the handle, as you can see. So, right, let's get started on this lovely, lovely camper van. So, let's go over to this side. So we're going to be working on this little hinge section here. I'm going to try and get that down a bit more if we can. And as you can see, we're going to be working on this section here. You want it so that the flat side of the hinge is facing upwards, and that's just going to marry up with them two holes there. We're going to get some BD03 screws and pop that into position. So BD03, BD03. Now, depending on the nature, I'll either use my wow stick or I'll use like a hand screwdriver, because certainly if it's metal, I will use a manual screwdriver. If it's plastic, then I'll try and use my wow stick. So yeah, I don't always use it, to be fair with you. I bought it and now I don't sort of use it anymore. Do still have it. It's weird, isn't it? Like, we buy all these things we want and then we don't really use them. So just get that nice and tight. It is skipping a bit because I've not got much grip on that, but as you can see, that's now secured in, and that's that little hinge all lovely tickety-boo. Right, next thing what we're going to do is we're going to move over to the door handle. This paint's gorgeous. You can actually see the reflection of how nice this looks. So as you can see, the little door handles there. We want it so that the handle section is facing into that little reservoir there. So we're going to put that over to there. Then what we're going to do is we're going to apply a little bit of masking tape just to hold that into position. So I'm just going to put that over there, and then that will hold that into position, hopefully, if we just put it that way actually. So put that on there, and that won't harm the paint in any way, shape or form. So that's that section there. It just holds it in place while we work on the little pin next. So this is the little pin. You can use tweezers if you want, but I'm going to use my hand there, and as you can see, that just goes the other side of that and basically holds that door into position. Okay, then we're going to move on to step 10, which is the bracket, and this is this little section here. As you can see, it goes a specific way, and we want it so that the hole goes, I believe there's a little pin here, as you can see, so we basically want it so that it's basically like that, I think. No, that's wrong. It's like that, I think. This is where we got stuck last time, because in the manual you can see it's facing like that, but if you look down here, it's near enough down level with that. So we'll try that again. Whoops, it's jumping all over the place. It's basically going to go over like that. So basically something like that. It just keeps that pin in position, you see. And yeah, that's perfect. So we're going to put a BDO3 screw in there as well. As you can see. By the way, I'm sorry this video is not live. I've got a bit of a problem with the phone at the moment. My charger broke, and I'm trying to get a phone charger, but I've got to wait for delivery to come, so, and it's not on next day, unfortunately. Should have gone to the pound shop, but there you go. So yeah, once that's back, we should be back up and running, but there is a technical problem as well with the feedback. So once again, we're going to be putting the spring over here. As you can see, it goes on the longer end of this shaft, not the smaller end. And then the smaller end of this shaft will feed into, there's a little hole here, so that's going to feed into there like that. And this is where it creates like a little spring, if you like. Now, we have established with the other door that occasionally it can get stuck. So later down the line, if you want to, you can just sort of cut it down a bit if you want. Sometimes it's to do with the spring, you need to cut it a bit, but obviously do what you think works for you. And then last but not least, we're going to put the bracket over. And you can see there's these two holes here, and it's got like a little groove in that so that the rod will sit over that. Now, very carefully, you need to have it so that the spring is the other side of this bracket. Don't have it so that don't put it so that the spring is sitting underneath this little section here, because you need the spring the other side of here. So that's where we're going to put that. And then we're going to put a BDO3 screw in. Okay, let's load the screw up first. I'm just going to magnetise this, as you can see. Just try that again. One of the problems I suffer with is because I have big hands, it's fiddly bits I can struggle a bit with. Okay, so I'll put that one into there. I'm not going to screw that all the way because it's going to keep sliding off otherwise, so we need to put this one in first. So we'll do this little part in next. Let's put that one in there, hold that there. And screw that into there like so. So screw that all the way down, making sure again it's the other side of that. So Neil Radcliffe, if you're watching, how far have you got on with your one. Have you started yet? I know Dylan, you're thinking about doing this as well, so that's good to hear. I mean, the more the merrier. The more we can get people building this wonderful build, the better. And it's just amazing, you know, for all the people that missed the boat the last time on doing this, because not everyone has the budget to do every single build like I do. I'm quite lucky in that respect, but it's to do with a well-paid job, so and yeah, it just gives people the opportunity to do it, you know, all over again. And that's what's quite nice about Deagostini, is they keep launching the same ones over and over again. So if you didn't have the budget and you're working on another project for, say, this year, you can always do it next year. So that's that now complete. As you can see, that's now springing really, really lovely. And what we can do now is we can take this masking tape off. That was just a temporary measure, just so that we secured that in. And as you can see, it's got some lovely spring to it. So really, really good. And then as you can see, you can pull the handle and you see that that protrudes a little bit. As you can see, it's doing exactly the same. It moves ever so slightly. So I'll try and get that into focus. As you can see, it doesn't move a lot. What I will do is when we get, it's hard to tell at this point because we've not got the basic framework for this to connect to. Once this is on the chassis and we can, you know, pull the handle, see if it opens and shuts, then we'll make that assessment then. But until then, it's just, I think it's going to be fine. As you can see, it does go right the way past this metal section. But if you feel that it's getting stuck, then we can make an adjustment near the time. But that, guys, is issue number 10 of the camper van. I'm pleased to report that I will see you next Monday for issue number 11. Coming up next Monday. I will check the playlist because I'm pretty sure we did issue 11, but if not, I'll refilm it again because I like to go in sequence. But if we have done 11, if 11 is up, we will jump to issue 12 or whatever the next issue is, because I am aware there's like some missing issues in that playlist, so I'll sort that out. But that, guys, is brilliant. A lovely issue. Really, really lovely done. The paintwork's great. And if you do want to subscribe to this, I'll put the link in the description below the video. And you can also check out Deagostini. They have just launched the Rossi bike, Valentino Rossi's bike, and that will be coming very, very soon. Hopefully, there are strikes with Royal Mail at the moment, but they're doing their best. But yeah, whenever that comes, I'll get that all sorted up. But anyway, that's issue 10. Hope you like that video. Please remember to like, share and subscribe. Remember, if you want to become a ding dong, then tap the bell and you'll be notified of all the videos I do and future videos. And I'll see you next Monday for the next issue of this lovely build. Bye, guys.